Jungle. Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to session 5 of this 25th Edinburgh International Swim Meet here at the Royal Commonwealth Pool in Edinburgh. This afternoon you've got myself, Tony Rose, and Duncan McKinnell talking you through this afternoon's swimming. We had some cracking swims this morning, world-class field, and got the same events this afternoon coming through. So welcome, Duncan.
Thank you very much, Tony. Yeah, it was a good morning. We had another meet record. Ollie Morgan, his third meet record, I guess, because he had 2 yesterday.
Yeah.
Got one in the heats and then improved on it in the finals and then took the 50. So that's what the lineup for you. 400 individual medley gets us started. Sprints 50 back, female 800 freestyle after that. I think there's one heat this afternoon on that. Then we've got 50 backstrokes, 100 breast for the male and open, 100 fly, 200 fly male and open, 400 IM for the female. So double dose of 400 IM for you, for the connoisseurs of medley swimming. Then a second set of sprints, 50 freestyle for male and open and 50 breast for the females. And then another 800, so double dose of 800s as well. Again, just the one heat for the male and open. And we finish off with female 200 freestyle. There'll be plenty of opportunities for swimmers to get a second swim. We saw that quite a bit yesterday, Tony.
Yep, especially in the youth finals, in particular from this afternoon session. But a few people did get into some of those B finals. I don't think we had anyone getting into a super final from the afternoon, but we certainly had some B finalists and plenty of youth finalists. So all to swim for this afternoon.
It's as well to just remember, I mean, you said at the beginning a world-class field. It really is a world-class field, isn't it?
Yeah,
we've
absolutely.
Got British champions, we've got world champions.
2 world champions.
Yeah. We've got top quality Dutch swimmers, Danish swimmers, French swimmers as well, and Irish swimmers as well. Very strong Irish contingent over here this weekend.
Absolutely.
As well as the Brits.
Yep. So full international field. Paul and I, through the last day and a half, have been trying to, as the flags come up, we've been trying to spot which one's which, but I think we've managed to, after 3 sessions, just about work out which one's which as you come through on the screen. So that's been keeping us entertained anyway. But yeah, no, it is a truly world-class field, and more of that to come this afternoon. So definitely looking forward to it. So just waiting for the swimmers for the first event to come up to the blocks, and we'll try and keep you posted on some of these, where everyone are for finals and things, but it's quite difficult to keep a handle on, so we'll try and do that as much as we can. You just see the camera there scanning over some of where the swimmers are sat. So a number of teams are sitting there under the balcony just by those flags that we've been trying to work out which is which, and you can see the clubs there. A lot of swimmers up in the balcony. Great venue here. Passing over there to the start end, officials in their very smart purple Edinburgh International outfit, and we've said a number of times this is the 25th anniversary, and you've been here for every one of them, I think, Duncan, is that right?
Showing my age here, yes, but I think I plead guilty to that. I think I have, and there's been some memorable ones in that time. I'm sure you've talked about the Beast from the East was perhaps the absolute highlight, 2015, when we were all trapped in the snow and desperately trying to keep the meet going, and when it was doubling as a British Championships as well, and as trials event for European juniors, so it was important that it did keep going. And an intrepid crew, I believe the pool staff had to sleep in the pool.
Wow.
Well, not actually literally in the pool, but yeah, they were fenced up. Looks like we're just about ready to go with our first and only heat of male and open 400 IM.
It's been it's a meet of drama, because it was the last competition, wasn't it, before COVID lockdown, if I remember rightly, in 2020.
Yeah,
it was literally swum on the weekend before everything changed. But here we are again, 4 years later. One heat, 400 IM. And in this one, we have in lane 1, it's Tyler Stewart from East Kilbride, Oscar Churnside, Gary in 2, Lewis Gibson, South Ayrshire swimming in 3, Nicholas Land from Newcastle in 4, Kai Connolly, City of Glasgow in lane 5, Charlie Ward, Borough of Stockton in 6, Hayden Sterling, St Thomas Arbroath in lane 7. So as you get through this meet, you start to become a bit more familiar with the names of the swimmers and what they've been doing over the last few days.
Kai Connolly leading the way. Just to give you a guide, I think, for the juniors in this field, and they all are juniors, 18 and under. Basically, if you can get under 5 minutes, I think you'll get another swim. I think it's the yardstick here.
And all of these swimmers on their entries have the potential to do that. So at this meet, most people haven't been quite swimming to their times in the heats. It's really, it's an important meet in its own right, but we've got British trials that we've talked about in early April, and then for Scottish swimmers, the Scottish age groups are in the middle of April, so fairly close to this competition. So many people are using this as a kind of springboard to those meets. It's also the very first meet of the summer meet window, I think, which is important for many swimmers across the UK. So I think a number of swimmers will be hoping to post some good times here just to get themselves in that position.
Yeah, it's good to get one on the board, isn't it? And then you can, if you feel, well, that's probably good enough to get it to the British Summer Championships or to the Swim England or the Scottish Summer Meets, then you can say, right, well, surely in the next couple of months I can improve on it again. So,
or
Charlie
on
Ward,
different events. But yeah,
up by a tenth from Kai Connolly, the early leader on the butterfly. But Charlie Ward now from the Borough of Stockton. We've got a super representation from the northeast of England with Borough of Stockton up there, Newcastle, Derwent side. Great to have them as pretty regular visitors to Edinburgh, and it is lovely to have them. They always put on a good show for us.
They do. Whether it's this meet or the Scottish Short Course in December, often has a very strong contingent from the northeast.
And it's another one. It's Nicholas Land now from Newcastle who's taken over the lead. That was a really good backstroke from him. So he's now setting the pace. 4:55 his entry time. Looks pretty controlled on breaststroke as well. Although it does look like maybe Kai Connolly, City of Glasgow swimmer, is coming back at him.
Good breaststroke of Kai, so you'd half expect that. Also on his outside, Charlie Ward from the Borough of Stockton. As we've seen in a number of these 400 IMs this morning, his breaststroke leg can really change things around. I think it was one this morning in the female race where I think it was an 8-second switch around on the breaststroke leg. And still Nicholas, but Kai is really closing in on him.
I guess at this level you've really got to be pretty solid on all four strokes to be competitive on a 400 IM. So while they're going to have their strengths, they're not going to be weak swimmers in any of the four disciplines. So we can see here we've still really very much got a three-way contest, but it is Kai Connolly who heads them. Nice shot of him coming in towards the wall now. Get to see another view of the breaststroke stroke. As he's got about a body length lead to take it to freestyle, 3:47.34.
So definitely the fastest breaststroker in the pool there by at least Hayden Sterling was the one that came back most, but Kai has pulled away from his closest competitors. Hayden out there in lane 7 has come back strong, so it's now Kai has got a body length over 3 swimmers. Nicholas Land, Charlie Ward and Hayden Sterling, and it's Hayden Sterling seems to have the momentum with him off that breaststroke.
Yeah, it does seem if you've had a strong breaststroke, it does seem to carry that into the freestyle at the end. You've just got that drive, and look at that.
2.5 seconds.
He's only a tenth away.
He's ahead now, look at that. Straight off the wall. He's really had a tremendous second half to this race. Hayden Sterling, the Arbroath swimmer. Charlie Ward trying to push him hard. Kai's now in third. Amazing change in 50 metres. What an end to the race for Hayden Sterling. 4:58. 4:0 was his entry time, and he's going to beat that and probably got himself, I think, a junior final. Nice swimming from him. Charlie Ward 4:58.61, and Kai just edging over the 5 minutes.
Yeah, I make it probably about 7th fastest into the junior final, if my calculations are correct, so very well done there. That was a phenomenal second half from Hayden, wasn't it?
I didn't really spot where he was at halfway, but the fact we didn't spot where he was is probably a good sign that he was quite a long way behind.
Charlie Ward I think he's probably made it as well. We'll get confirmation of that shortly, but if you check out on Meet Mobile, you'll be able to work it out. But I think Charlie Ward will be swimming again.
So that's a good start to this afternoon. Nice PB, or definitely an improvement on his entry time for Hayden. And now going to move on to the next event. That's a confirmed result on your screen there for that 400 Malin Open. Moving on now, it's the female 800 free. I say we've got 2 heats of this today. The fastest will be this evening. That starts at 5:30, so do join us then for that. But back in the pool this afternoon in this first heat, we have in lane 1 Alex Coy, Warren de Baths. In 2 it's Seren Talentire, the Morpeth swimmer. Amber Hinton, the youngster from Dumfries, is in 3. Emily Riech, University of Aberdeen Performance, 22-year-old in 4. Alice Perry, Warren swimmer in 5. Catherine Body, Gary in 6, and Jessica Heaps, the Fauldhouse Penguin swimmer, is in lane 7. So 8-year range of ages in this event, in this race anyway. That's don't see that every day. And though it's Seren Talentire, the Morpeth youngster, who's just taking this one out. Got Alex Coy with her, Warren the swimmer. And there's 2 races really. Lanes 1 and 2 are pretty close together, and then the remaining 5 swimmers out there in 3 to 7 are pretty much in a line. There's only 8 seconds between them, and 10 seconds between them all going into this race, so see how that evolves. 1:05.64 for Seren. Alex Coy just half a second behind, and they've got just over a second gap on the rest of the field. But it's Seren Talentire who's taken this one up. Alex is going with her.
Yeah, she's going very well, isn't she?
Yeah.
Another from the northeast, Morpeth, Welsh swimmer, Seren Talentire.
Still got a couple of seconds up on the pack, the peloton. And Alex is keeping with her. I guess that's her only reference point really. She's a bit further away from the rest of the pool, so she'll want to stick with her. And Amber, the youngster, in lane 3. She went a bit faster than her entry time at the West Districts recently. She dominated this event in her age in Scotland last year. She was West District champion, National Age Group champion, and Scottish Summer Meet Youth Academy member Amber. Quite a bit younger than a number of people in this field. She's a little bit at the back of the pack, but if my memory serves me right, she tends to pace these events, even though she's only 14, very, very well. So I expect her to just stick with her pace and see what happens. And lane 4, Emily Riech is now up with Seren and Alex, splitting the 2 of them.
Yeah, it's good competitive 800 at the moment anyway. 255s, all the top 3, and then Jessica Heaps 256. So plenty of contenders here. Up there at the top of your screen, and that is Jessica Heaps. And she is looking pretty strong here. She's a very strong triathlete.
Yes, I think she was at the Commonwealth Youth Games for Scotland. We're in the, where was that, Bahamas? Was it the Bahamas?
Trinidad.
Trinidad, was it? Sorry.
I think so.
But yeah, she represented Scotland in that event. So this is a bit of fun for her in the 800 freestyle in the pool. Just behind Emily Riech, only just though. So these 4 still sticking together, and the other 3 are still having a close race at the back of the field, but only 5 meters between all 7 of these competitors, so much closer than a lot of the distance meets we've seen, different races we've seen at the weekend. Not that stretched out. Maybe Emily Riech starting to assert herself.
You can see a 35.5 there against a 36.5 for Jessica and a 37s for Alex and Saren. So, yeah, Emily's making a bit of a move here. Probably is the most experienced of this group of swimmers, 22 this year, third recently in North District age groups. I certainly feel Jessica Heaps there at the top of your screen, still very much in contention with her though. And the others maybe just dropping back a bit. Halfway, 4:43.
Yeah, it does feel that these two are starting to just edge away from Alex and Saren.
Interesting on the pace there, we'd be going 113s for the hundreds, and Emily's picked that up into a mid 111. So she's obviously decided that it was time to up the ante, and that's had an impact on this race.
Yeah, this time 100 ago, they were only about 5 metres between them all, and now that's stretched out to possibly 10 metres. And Alice Perry's joined Saren and Alex, only marginally behind those two, so lots of little races within races going on, fluctuating across the pool. And we've now got a clear leader in Emily, Jessica clear in second, and now the battle appears to be for third. The two Warrender swimmers maybe just pulling ahead of the Morpeth swimmer, but Emily still the fastest in the pool from Jessica, about a second up on the others.
So pacing maybe 9:30ish sort of pace here. Emily entered 9:34, so if she can hold this pace, she should be inside her entry time. Certainly looks comfortable, doesn't she? Nice stroke.
Really nice, yeah. High head, gentle kick with a little bit of a burst there.
Jessica Riach.
Back under 36.
Sorry, I'm combining my swimmers here. Jessica Heaps and Emily Riach. We'll rename them Jessica Riach and Emily Heaps.
So we've got Alex Perry and Alice Coy behind them. But the two Warrender swimmers have now taken up the third and fourth. Dropping Saren. Can't see either of them at the moment in the shot. It's all about Emily and Jessica Heaps. But I think Emily's feels like she's got this one under control. Turning at 600, 200 to go. The next time she's at that end, she will hear the bell. Alice Perry just in behind Alex Coy. It's very close for third and fourth, and not too far behind Catherine Boddy, a Gary swimmer.
Yep, that was another 112 for our last 100 for the leader, Emily Riach. Certainly got the heat under control, and I think we can be fairly confident she'll be inside her 9:34 entry time now, because just 3 lengths to go. Jessica Heaps was entered 9:42.
So she must be on for that as well, you'd think.
Yeah, she'll be close to it, I would think, anyway. She did that time up in Aberdeen at last year's national age groups, where she was 4th. Fauldhouse does have a reputation of producing distance swimmers, and Jessica probably, currently anyway, the leading example of that. Small club in West Lothian.
She'll be delighted in this one, because normally she'd be getting out of the pool and getting on her bike and then doing a run. So this is easy peasy for her. This would be the distance she would do for her sprint triathlon events. Well, 50 metres more than it, but pretty close.
So that was another 112 from Emily. So the question now is, can she take that down to maybe 110 or even better than that in this last 100? If she can, a 110 would bring her in at 9:30.
That will give Jessica around about 9:38, 39. She's about 9 or 10 seconds down, so that would be an improvement for her as well.
So just shy of 36 for our penultimate length for Emily. So let's see if in signs of, can she find something to pick up the pace?
Yeah, her legs are going harder. Still looking very good, strong stroke right the way through to the end here. No sign of that breaking down.
Yeah, slightly faster stroke rate now in these last few meters. Clock there just coming up to 9:30, so should just be slightly over that. 9:31.36, 3 seconds inside her entry time. Nicely done. Here comes Jessica, and finishing very strongly in lane 5 was Alice Perry. So 9:41.96 for Jessica. So she was inside her entry time by about a second. Alice Perry just behind her, 9:43. Yep, full confirmation, there it is.
Nice swim there from all those swimmers. Emily Rear getting a good improvement on her entry time. Should be pleased with that, as will Jessica Heaps. And now a change of pace completely as we move to the other end of the pool. And we have 4 heats of the male and open 50 backstroke. Some strong swimming this morning in this one. And a number of these, mainly juniors this afternoon, will be aiming for that junior final. And just going to check the equipment. You have a different, at the end of the other end of the pool, we've got a different start system. So they just need to check that out. Make sure that's working, so that the swimmers can kick off with this event. We've got 2 lots of 50s now, backstroke. We'll have 4 heats of the male and open, and then 5 heats of the female 50 back. But some good young swimmers in these heats this afternoon. And this first heat we have Toran Liversidge, Nicholas Land, Ismail Shalabli in 4, Richard Laws in 5, Andrew Smitten in 6, and Lewis Gibson in 7. Full complement, only 0.2 between all 6 of these swimmers coming into this heat. So this should on paper be close, and at the moment it certainly is. I'm going to leave that one to you to call, Duncan. This is very, very close. Maybe lane 7. Lewis Gibson, the South Ayrshire swimmer, looking strong out there.
It's going to be tight though, but certainly Lewis has the edge, but as they come in, it really could be a couple of swimmers getting the touch, and it's Nicholas Land who gets it, 29.59.
Not long out the pool from his 400 Nicholas, so that was had about a 10-minute break.
Right on his entry time as well, so good stuff. Lewis Gibson just behind him. Just waiting for confirmation of that result. There it is, 29.74 for Ismail Shalabi, in fact, getting second, Lewis Gibson third, by 100th from Toran Liversidge.
There we have the swimmers in heat 2. Kieran Watterson in 1, James Kilpatrick in 2, Magnus Morris in lane 3, Mano Drysdale in 4, Fergus Woodward in lane 5, Adam Prushik, Aberdeen Dolphin swimmer in 6, Calvin MacDonald from University of Aberdeen Performance in 7, and in 8 it's Jack Simpson, the East Kilbride swimmer, who gets the best start in these 50s. It starts so important. If you get a good start, you're halfway there, and it is in lanes 5 and 3. So Magnus Morris in 3 and Fergus Woodward, Portobello swimmer in 5, look like they've got the edge. Coming back strong in 4 is the Warrender swimmer Mano Drysdale. He's definitely the fastest in the water. Has he got enough pull to catch up with Fergus and Magnus? Oh, it's Magnus, 29.42, just over his entry, 100th ahead there, Magnus.
Yep, so
Mano got it, actually, interestingly.
Yeah, wow.
That must have been the button that took that one. Mano Drysdale takes it in 29.4, 29.42 Magnus Norris, and in third it was Fergus Woodward.
Yeah, he didn't get the best start, Mano, but he made up for it with a very fast swim.
Yeah.
So coming up to heat number 3 now.
No 1 in 6.
So the 7 swimmers are Nathan Wilson, of Carnegie, Archie Smith of Aberdeen Dolphin, Liam Gorczynski of Montefieth, Benji Jeffries of South Ayrshire, Felix Rosenquist of Simclubben, Ethan Collins of Bellshill, and Callum Mackenzie from Perth.
Strong start in 7 there, Bellshill swimmer.
Yeah, and the yellow cap, Felix Rosenquist as well. But yes, it is Ethan Collins, 15-year-old from Bellshill, so promising youngster, is looking pretty strong here. And he drive it home. Ethan, Youth Academy member, 28.9 entry time, right on that. Ethan again. It's just Liam Gorczynski just sneaking in there, getting the touch. 28.93 by 200ths from Ethan Collins. 28.95.
So what's the current junior time in the final?
I think they have to probably get into the 27s or thereabouts. Let's have a look.
So whilst we're doing that, I'll run through the swimmers in this.
28.6 actually, I think. So
all these swimmers have that in them. Cameron Doran in 1, Harry Sharp in 2, Logan van der Meulen in 3, Jensen Norris in 4, Ben Hartridge in 5, Joseph Edgar in 6, Ethan Stewart in 7, Matthew Mahoney in 8. So let's see who can take this opportunity in this last heat. Oh, good start in 5. Wow, look at that, right up to the 15. That's Ben Hartridge, the Morpeth swimmer. Also going well in 3 is Logan van der Meulen. He's had some super swims this weekend in the medleys in particular. Very fast arm rate there from Logan. And I think he's getting back at Ben. And it's between these two. It's going to be Logan. What a swim. He's had a cracking heat here. 27.48. That is a big improvement for him. Nearly over half a second. Ben Hartridge 27.95 gets second. Just confirm who gets third in a minute when it comes up on the screen. But
that 27.48, I think we'll give him a centre lane in the junior finals. So very impressive stuff.
He's been swimming well this weekend. He
yeah,
seems to have been really on it. So good to see. Just waiting for confirmation of that one. I haven't quite yet had it up on the screen. Maybe just checking out times, I suspect. Well, that was a great swim from Logan. There he is, confirmed. Ben Hartridge second.
I think he'll get another swim as well.
Jensen Norris just edging out Harry Sharp by 200ths, 28.49.
So yeah, so I think we'll be seeing Logan and Ben again.
Good stuff. Moving on, same event, but females this time. And we have 5 heats here. There's your lineup for the first one. Naomi Wilson in 1, Ciara Pemble in, Naomi is in 2, Ciara's in 3, Kirsty Gilmore in 4, Emma Silcock in 5, Casey Dixon in 6, and Isabel Fox in lane 7. Every swimmer this afternoon, bar 1, is a junior. And again, they'll be gunning. We saw a very exciting double swim off this morning in the female 50 backstroke, which is slightly unusual. And we also had the unusual where the swimmer who was swimming for the reserve slot went faster than the swimmer that was swimming for the main slot. But anyway, that all got sorted. But it was a very exciting double swim off. And in this one, first heat this afternoon, it's lane 5 again. Something in the water in 5. They've all been good starting. Emma Silcock, the first swimmer, also going well. Ciara Pemble from Best in lane 3. And pulling up hard there in 6 is Casey Dixon from Rutherglen, the youngster, 14. And it may be Casey, but I think it's probably lane 3 here. Ciara Pemble, best swimmer.
Wearing the orange cap of Eyemouth, part of the best framework, and 32.88. That's a nice swim from her.
Bang on her entry time.
So a pretty convincing win for Ciara in the end there, about 3/10 from Casey Dixon second, Naomi Wilson in third. We need to really get into the 31s, I think, to have a chance of a second swim in the junior final.
So a number of the swimmers further down the field have that possibility. Second heat, Abigail Crawford in 1, Greta Djurgårdsteit in 2. 3 is Natalie Cooper, 4 Katie Lowe, Alexandra Bulat in 5, Kayla Smith in 6, Isla Wetton in 7, Sarah Stewart in 8. And we're really hoping for lane 5 to get a good start here. No, lane 6, it's Kayla Smith, the Aberdeen Dolphin, who really has had a fantastic, very good technical swimmers. Aberdeen Dolphins, they tend to nail their starts and their turns, and she's certainly done it there. Kayla Smith, only 14 years old.
Yeah, this is lovely stuff from Khalila. I think she's going to take this very comfortably indeed. What's the time going to be? 32:14, so that's half a second inside her entry time, and well, she'll be knocking at the door. Well, there's other swimmers though that could bounce her out, but well, she's in the frame at the moment. Good swim from Isla Wetton, just back from injury, 32.66 for her, so I think she'll be happy with that as well.
On to the 30, Alex Coy in 1, Alex just out of her 800 free, Emma McGavin in 2, Chloe McLean in 3, Safrina Machin in 4, Iona Henson in 5, Leah Rafferty in 6, Amber Littlejohn in 7, and Caitlin Peebles in lane 8.
No swimmer in
7.
lane 7. So 32.1 to 32.5, the range of entry times here. This time it is good start from lane 6, Leah Rafferty of Western Bartonshire, but moving up nicely now in lane 4 is Safrina Machin of the City of Glasgow, and she does look like she has got the edge here. Her time came from the Scottish Summer Meet back in Aberdeen last year, 32.18. Can she improve on that? I think she will take the win narrowly from Iona Henderson, who finished strongly. Takes it in 32.50. Iona second. And Emma McGavin third.
Still Carrier Smith fastest this afternoon.
Yeah, that was a lovely swim from
the
the
youngster. She looked
youngster.
great. Into this penultimate heat, it's Caitlin Reid in 1, Susia Smith in 2, Isabella Abernethy in 3, Jessica Kirkwood in 4, Elizabeth Land in 5, Anna Easton in 6, Ailsa Clubb in 7, and Lucy McLeod in lane 8. Poised for the start. And starting to emerge at 10 metres there, maybe lanes 3 and 6. So Isabella Abernethy, Anna Easton, and out there in lane 8, Lucy McLeod. That does look like Lucy, maybe.
Yeah, she's looking good. 17-year-old from First, the Falkirk-based team. And she's definitely got the advantage here. It's about a metre up as they come in to the wall. Again, let's check on the time, 31.79. So that's the fastest we've seen so far, and we're getting into second swim territory now. Lucy entered 32.10, so a nice improvement from her. Just bear with me while I go away and burrow into the times and see.
Whilst you do that, I'll read out the names. Zoe Crawford in 1, Bronwyn Payne in 2, Libby Curfey in 3, Grace Noonan in 4, Zara Smith in 5, Kira Barber in 6, Sophie Green in 7, Anna Chichenko in 8. So all these swimmers in on under 31, a 31 something. Good start in 2, Bronwyn Payne, Borders swimmer. Also going well in 6, it's a 22-year-old Kira Barber from University of Bath, and it is Kira. Also Bronwyn Payne in 2, Zoe Brown and Crawford in 1 going well as well. It's pretty tight. I think Kira's going to take it. And she does, 30.93. She's not in attending the youth. Grace Noonan is the fastest junior, 31.4, just over her entry. Sophie Green taking third.
So if my calculations are right, Grace Noonan will get into the junior final. I think that will knock out Lucy McLeod. And but we'll get confirmation of that in due course. But clear win for Kira Barber.
Getting under that 31. That's a good half a second improvement on our entry. So a nice one there for Kira. And we now move on to the next event.
100 breaststroke. Male and open. And in this one, we have got... How many heats have we got? 4.
Looks like we've got an empty lane 3. So other than that, full lineup. So starters running up the pool to come back to this end. It looks like they've made it. That's the whistle. And as they get on the blocks, it's Finlay Bennett, Rutherglen in 1, Tyler Stewart from East Kilbride in 2, Ethan Collins, Bellshill swimmer in lane 4, Craig Shaw from Lanark in 5, Marcus Blake, City of Glasgow in 6, Adam Hill, Stirling in 7, and Fraser van der Meulen this time in lane 8, Stirling swimmer. So 2 Stirling swimmers on the outside there.
We just saw Ethan Collins, didn't we? So
We
he's
did.
back quickly.
There's a lot of people doing quite a lot of fast turnover swims here.
So he's in the red cap in lane 4. Beside him, the Lanark swimmer Craig Shaw going nicely. And lane 7 also Adam Hill of Stirling. And it might be Adam. It is Adam turning first, 32.84. Out of the turn. Looked like he was first into his stroke. Maybe his biggest threat is the Lanark swimmer Craig Shaw. He is looking quite strong here in the second half, but still Adam Hill has the advantage. Let's see if he can hold on to it with 15 meters to go. Looks like he can, certainly between the two of them, but Adam Hill, 17 this year. Oh, it's close now though. I think Craig Shaw might just have gone past him. He has 1:11.27 against 1:11.72.
Good timing of his swim there from Craig.
Third place Finlay Bennett, 1:13.92, just a tenth ahead of Ethan Collins.
That's the lineup for the second heat on the screen there. Jack Kelso in 1, William Gowler, Barry Stockton in 2, Ben Hartridge, Morpeth in 3, Cameron Verncombe, a para category 14 swimmer from Manchester Performance in 4, Finlay Nelson, Dumfries in 5, Conor Christophorus, the Aberdeen Dolphin in lane 6, Calvin McDonald, University of Aberdeen Performance in 7, and no swimmer in 8 in this one. 1:10.26 to 1:10.5, so less than a quarter of a second. So 0.3 between all of these swimmers, so this ought to be pretty close, but at the moment, lane 4, Cameron Verncombe, the 20-year-old para swimmer, has really gone out strong in this one. Podium potential swimmer, Cameron.
Yeah, won the B final up in Aberdeen at the World Series meet. 33.04 for him at halfway. Just behind him in lane 2, William Gowler. Only been mentioning him a few times this weekend. Stockton swimmer. Beside him in the red cap, Jack Kelso of Morpeth.
So it's north of England dominating here. Well, it's going to be Cameron, I think. 1:10.26 entry. Looks strong. He's really pulled away a little bit on this. Is he going to edge out Jack? No, it's Jack. 1:10.77, just outside his entry. Cameron just edged out. 1:11.06. William Gowler just edging in third there. That's a good outside swim from Jack Kelso.
Confirmation of that result. As we move to heat 3, as you line up, Callum Aitchison of Bucky, Johnny Martin of Perth City, Max Pelosi, City of Glasgow, Rory Webster of Dumfries, Fraser Dow of Perth City, Marius Gringelis of University, Fraser McIntosh, East Kilbride, and Lachlan Small of Stirling. An all Scottish heat here, that's a rarity.
That is a rarity, I think.
109s to low 110s, the range of entry times here. Cracking start from Marius Kringelis, the 21-year-old. So he's probably the most experienced swimmer in this field. Good start as well from Johnny Martin. He's been in fantastic form in recent weeks. He's really strong in Scottish schools at East Kilbride a couple of weeks ago, and then backed that up in the North District age groups last weekend. So let's see what he can do. He's right there, just tucked in behind Marius, 31.15 and 31.59. There are plenty of junior final places up for grabs in this one, because there were only 3 this morning, non-seniors outside the top 16. So good chance for Johnny Martin to get another swim, because Marius, not a junior, certainly looking like he will take this one pretty comfortably. Marius entered 109.27. He's looks like he'll be there or thereabouts on that time. Let's see where he comes in on. He might be inside it. He is 108.75. So a good half-second improvement from Marius. I think he'll feel that's job well done. Johnny Martin as well, another great swim, 108.99. So that was right on the time that he hit to win the Scottish Schools Championships. So I think we'll be seeing him again, unless we see some very fast swims in this final heat.
Only 2 juniors and 3, no, it's more than that. It's 1, 2, 3, 4 juniors in here.
If you halve Scott Quinn's age, it makes him a junior.
It does indeed.
The old maestro himself, Scott Quinn, in lane 4. SB14, of course, a legend in his own lifetime.
Indeed. Had the pleasure of live streaming with him at the Scottish Short Course. That was good fun. In this one, Scott McDougall, not much younger than Scott Quinn in 1, Bristol. 2 is William Morris from Borough Stockton. Ben Twynham, Derby Excel in 3, as said. Scott Quinn, Edinburgh Union 4. Aidan Fothergill, Edinburgh Union 5 and 6. Gregor Ross from City of Glasgow. Luke Jansen, Warren de Baths in 7. And David Smith, Glenrothes in 8. And this is really close. Not a lot between all 8 swimmers here. This is the closest we've had. Scott Quinn up first. He's going well with Aidan Fothergill just beside him, and on his inside, Ben Twynham from Derby.
Yep, it's these 3. Ben in 3, Scott in 4, Aidan in 5, and Scott Quinn maybe just moving through. He's always a strong second half swimmer in the 100 breaststroke. He'll be looking for yet another Paralympic Games appearance in Paris, and he's the old maestro does it. 107.82. He'll be happy with that time as well, I would think.
Yep. He's taken up swim teaching as a job, but he's still training hard. He takes that heat. 107.82. Ben Twynham, 108.64.
So I think we'll be seeing, well, Ben, the 19-year-old, so some of the other swimmers will have a shot at a second swim tonight. Next up, 100 butterfly.
First heat of 4. We have Brock Whiston, London para swimmer. Georgia Sheffield from Manchester Performance in 4, and Tony Shaw, S9 Paralympian from Aberdeen Performance in lane 5.
So all 3 are para swimmers. Georgia's S14, Tony S9, Brock S8. Georgia has the fastest entry time, 1:08 against Tony's 1:10. All 3 of them performed. They were all 3 in the B final at the Para World Series event in Aberdeen, and Tony 4th in the Paralympic Games in Tokyo. And the others are all very experienced para swimmers. So we're seeing high quality para swimming here. Georgia Sheffield and Tony Shaw, 6/10 apart. Georgia in the black cap, Tony in the white. Back in her home turf of Aberdeen, having spent some time in Stirling. But it is Georgia Sheffield from Manchester Performance Centre. That is the Para Performance Centre in the northwest of England. And Well, she's being pushed pretty hard by Tony here, but looks like Georgia will hold her at bay. She's about a metre and a half up as they come into the wall. Georgia takes the touch in 1:10.19. Tony just behind 1:11.17, very close to her entry time. And Brock 1:16.03 in third. So 3 excellent swims there. So confirmed result. Georgia takes the honours.
So we have the lineup there on your screen for Heat 2. Kalila Smith, Aberdeen Dolphins in 1, Adine Wilson, Borough Stockton in 2. Her teammate Alice Ward in 3, Alexandra Miller, Salthouse Penguins in 4. Rosie Liston, City of Glasgow is swimming in 5. Gemma Brown from Carnegie is in 6. Lauren Anderson, West Lothian swimmer, in 7. And in 8, it's Isabel Fox, the Derwent side swimmer. So, only a second between all 8 of these swimmers coming into this one. Northeast of Borough Stockton, got Derwent side as well. All juniors. Youngest in here is Kalila Smith, Aberdeen Dolphin swimmer in lane 1. A strong contingent of youngsters from Aberdeen Dolphins coming through. Second or third 14-year-old we've seen.
We saw that lovely swim earlier from Kalila, didn't we?
Yeah.
So we'll see what she can do here.
Just slight pause.
Yes, not quite sure what the hold up is, but the swimmers just have to wait patiently. It's all part of the learning experience. Sometimes the race doesn't get away quickly, but the whistle goes now, so we're set to go.
Yeah, we had a fire alarm just before an event here a few weeks ago, didn't we?
We did, that was fun.
That all got cleared fairly quickly. That's one for the experience bag for all those swimmers. Good start in 7. Lauren Anderson, West Lothian swimmer. She's going out strong there. She was a medalist at Scottish Summer Meet last year, Lauren, but maybe taking up the mantle now is Alexandra Miller. Her similar part of the country, Salthouse Penguins. Okay, still close though, and it is Alexandra, 31.03. She won.
Yeah, this is really tight, isn't it? Lanes 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, all there or thereabouts. Pushing on strongly is the Stockton swimmer, Nadine Wilson now, seeing towards the bottom of your screen there. Is she going to edge it down this second length? I think she's just about got the edge. Alice Ward, her teammate, is right there with her. So it looks like it's a Stockton head-to-head as they come in here. Who's going to get the honours? I think it'll be Alice. Great swim in the second half from Alice there. 35.3 for her second 50. That was terrific stuff. 106.63 was her time. Alice entered 107.95, so you have to be pretty happy with that sort of improvement.
Nice. Yep.
Nadine as well, inside her entry time by a second. So lots to celebrate in Stockton.
So moving on to the next heat, Louise Connell, City of Glasgow in 1, Catherine Body, Gary in 2, Ashley Drake, Wanda Bass in 3, Layla Flower at University of Bath in 4, Justine Brock, Dion Villeroy in 5, Ellen Denny, Gary in 6, Evie Mackey, Lanark in 7, and Kirsty Gilmore in lane 8, Hamilton swimmer. Fast start in 7, Evie Mackey, Lanark swimmer.
She's another really outstanding prospect. Evie Mackey, 15 this year, but she has been swimming beautifully for the last year or so. Looks like she will have the touch at halfway. Saturday 12.
Junior national team member. Evie. She does look strong, doesn't she? Pulling away even. Maybe lane 4, trying to keep with her. That's Layla Flower, University of Bath swimmer. And Ashley Drake and Justine Brock fighting it out for third, but Evie Mackey is just looking very strong out there in 7. Entry time 107.2 is going to get absolutely smashed here. 104.81. So I think that would put her in the junior final, does it?
Yeah, it certainly does. Absolutely does, comfortably. I reckon that would put her third fastest at the moment in the junior final.
Very good, and that's faster than any of the next swimmers in this last heat this afternoon. And there you have the lineup in front of you. Gabby Freeman Morpeth in 1, Alice Cumming from City of Glasgow in 2, Katie Rose, Warnabass in 3, Faye Rogers, University of Aberdeen Performance, para swimmer in 4, Layla Weatherspoon, Heart of Midlothian in 5, Louise Fides Hatfield in 6, Gabriella Lessing, Ren 96 in 7, and Jessica Heaps back in the pool in lane 8.
Yep, so 2 para swimmers, in fact, Faye Rogers and Louise Fides is an S14 swimmer, Faye an S10. Faye, probably our best event, the 100 butterfly. She is the world para champion in this event. We talked about world champions earlier, didn't we? There's another one for you to watch here. So let's see how she does in lane 4. Back a little bit at the moment, as Katie Rose takes the touch. So she's looking strong there. Has a good butterfly pedigree. Starting to challenge her in lane 5 is Justine Brock. Faye Rogers starting to get some momentum in lane 4. And also Louise Connell, or rather Gabby Freeman rather, in lane 1 going nicely as well. So let's see, it's all bunching up here now. Lane 3, Katie Rose, I think is the favourite. And she will come in to take it really pretty comfortably, I suppose. It's very tight behind her. But Katie takes it 105.32. I think that will get her a second swim as well. And we'll do some calculations on that in a minute. But Layla Weatherspoon taking second, 106.29, and Faye Rogers in 106.47 in third. Nice swim from Katie Rose there. So let's have a look, 105.32. So it wasn't quite as fast as Evie Mackey in the previous heat, but I think that probably gets her into the junior final.
Okay, you work that one through, and we'll get on to the next event.
I
2 heats
think
here.
If my calculations are right, she was 100th faster than Orla McInnes, and they will be 7th and 8th fastest into the junior final. So
we'll let Meet Mobile confirm or deny that one. It's a male and open 200 fly now, 2 heats. Thomas Traynor in lane 2 from East Kilbride. Jasper Hall, Newcastle in 3. His teammate Matthew Scott in 4. In 5, Benjamin Beale from Derwent side. 6 is James Kilpatrick, Carnegie, and in 7, Nikolai, the youngster, Nikolai Sisnet from City of Glasgow. Promising youngster Nikolai. One of the younger swimmers, male swimmers anyway, at this meet. Dominated his age group last year, won everything. West District, Scottish Summer Meet, national age groups. Strong talent.
Yes, it'll be interesting to see how he gets on, because obviously he is a year older this year, and he'll be up against the top in his age group from across Great Britain.
Indeed.
Assuming that he makes his way over down to the British Summer Championships, which I'm sure he will. See, we've got another 14-year-old, Benjamin Beale, the Derwent side swimmer, so he'll be one that Nikolai will be battling against, you would think, in the summer.
And he's battling against him here. Benjamin's up on him at the moment. Looking strong in 5, Benjamin. Really strong. That's a very pacey first 100 for Benjamin. 102.24. That's 32.77. If he can keep this up, he will be going nicely under that 2:14 entry. Let's see if he's judged it. Can be a horrible event to fly if you don't quite judge it right.
Yeah, but I think Benjamin knows what he's doing. He actually did a 2:12 at the Northumberland and Durham County Championships, which he won comfortably. And he's looking mighty impressive here. So the youngster 1:35.63, so that was a 33.3. So this is very fast indeed. He could go under 2:10 here. Nikolai Sisner in second place. And then it's lanes 2 and 4. Thomas Trainer.
Under 2:10 will get him. Oh, we'll get him close to a B final. It's a good shot of him there, really gritting hard. Wow, it's just over 2:10, but what a swim! 2:10.84.
So that was faster than he did at Northumberland and Durham. So very nicely done, Ben. 2:10.84 puts him first reserve for the B final.
Wow.
And certainly he'll be there in the junior final. That is a given. Matthew Scott, 2:15.91. There are certainly swims up for grabs here in the junior final. We'll see whether that 2:15.91 is fast enough. Certainly going to be in the mix, I think, depending on what happens now.
Okay.
No lane 2.
So we have Carl Mitchell in 1 for Gary, Joshua Robinson, Derwent side in 3, Ethan Williams, Newcastle in 4, James Boddy, Gary in 5, Rory Young, City of Glasgow in 6, Ross Anderton, East Lothian in 7, Sidar Gullen, Warren de Bath in 8. So young Benjamin is laying down the gauntlet for these guys.
Yeah, they're going to have to do a good PB to match his time.
Yep.
Can they do it? Is anybody up for it?
Well, lane 5 looks like it. James Boddy.
17-year-old from Geary. North District Age Group champion. Second in Scottish schools. 28.68, and that is faster first 50 split than the first heat. Plenty of others in the mix, just tucked in a metre or so behind James. Lane 4 is Ethan Williams, lane 7 and 8, Ross Anderton and Cedar Gullen. And it is lane 5, James Boddy, 1:01.78, still faster than Benjamin Beale's time, half a second up on it. But it does look like Ethan Williams is gathering some momentum now in lane 4. Ethan entered on a 2:12, 17-year-old, so same age as James, and well matched here. But it looks like Ethan choosing his time, and the time is now.
Really. Look at this.
1:35.92. The pace actually dropped compared with Benjamin Beale's time, and LT 3/10 behind it. Will it drive them on this head-to-head battle? Certainly looks like it's advantage to Ethan, but James isn't done yet. He is working his socks off there in lane 5 to try and stay with Ethan Williams. 10 metres to go. It's still the black cap of the Newcastle man, Ethan Williams, and I think he will take the win here. 2:10.78. Oh, look at that, 600ths faster than Benjamin Beale in the end. 2:11.02 for James Boddy. I think they'll all get to do it again.
Sure, they'll be delighted with that.
And that was some battle there.
Good race. Carl Mitchell caking 3rd. So on to the next one. Only one heat of the female 400 IM. We had 4 heats this morning. Some world-class swimmers participating there. And final up later on this evening. But at the moment we've got this one heat here, and then this one we have in lane 1 Gina Wren, City of Glasgow. In 2, Macy Carty, Fauldhouse Penguins, Abigail Crawford, City of Glasgow in 3, Izzy Munich, Morpeth in 4, Kirsty Gilmore from Hamilton in 5, Kate Nolan, East Lothian in 6, Natalie Cooper, Warren de Baths in 7, and Perry Scobie, Sterling swimmer in 8. So all junior swimmers in this one, just the one heat. Good start in 8 from Perry, Sterling swimmer, and she's gone off with intent. Already a body length up on the others. And she's looking very strong out there, all on her own, or at least a body length. As she comes into that first 50. So, gone 1.5, nearly 2 second advantage already on Kirsty Gilmore, who'll come back strong on the backstroke, Kirsty, I'd expect. But still a long way to go. And Perry, a good fly swimmer, so just making the most of
yeah, you absolutely have to play to your strengths.
Yeah.
And so Perry is taking it out hard here in this first 100. Of course, there's a certain amount of risk attached to that. But, well, she's been swimming well recently and will be going to the Stirling race plan with Coach Charlie Balderson. They'll have thought it through. And now she looks nice and smooth on the backstroke, but you called it, Tony. Kirsty Gilmore moving up nicely. And then at the bottom of your screen, the red and blue caps of Macy Carty and Abigail Crawford. And also up in lane 7, Natalie Cooper, another red cap Warrender. So that early lead of Perry Scobbies has disappeared.
Gobbled up.
And now it's Kirsty's time. Natalie Cooper also putting in a strong first half to her backstroke there. You can see both Kirsty and Natalie on 41.5s there.
Setting up nice for the breaststroke leg to come up. Natalie, you can see the very fast pull rate there compared to Perry Scobie. Almost double the rate going on, and she's pulled back, going nicely in 3. Is he 4? 3. Abigail Crawford, City of Glasgow swimmer. So we've got 4 swimmers in it at the moment, really. Still Kirsty on that good backstroke leg for her. Let's see who's got the breaststroke. Perry come out strong on that first 10 metres out of the turn. And she's already coming back.
But Abigail Crawford had a lovely transition from back to breast. And she is pushing on very strongly here in the blue cap of City of Glasgow.
So
West District champion. But Perry Scobie is coming right back. So obviously butterfly and breaststroke things.
Good race now. Nothing really between them. Well, there is 1/100th of a second, but
I think that's nothing. Unless you lose a gold medal on it.
Indeed. Maybe the 5th turn of a 4 IM's not such a bad deal, but this is gearing up for a cracking race.
So a nice
good shot there.
Shot of Abby. Look at that concentration in her face as she comes up.
We've had some nice shots across the pool in the last couple of days like that, getting some nice close-ups of the swimmers, getting a different angle. So it's been good to see.
Yeah, not something you see when you're sitting up in the stand, is it?
Exactly.
Front on.
So a little bit more between them this time, but not an awful lot. 0.23. Who's got the legs on the freestyle? Well, Abby's come out very strong.
Yeah, she's certainly got the advantage at the moment. And she was stronger on backstroke, so I don't know whether that is a sign that she's going to be stronger on freestyle. It's certainly looking that way now. On paper, she is a second and a half faster than Perry Scobie, and she's at least that now in the pool. I think the Glasgow swimmer has got this one pretty much done and dusted now. 4:44. So looking at maybe 5:12-ish. No, that's not right. 5:22, which is inside what she's entered on 5:23.90. So I think we should see an improvement here.
Hotting up behind her. Perry Scobie's getting drawn back in by Kate Nolan. No, not Kate Nolan. It's Kirsty Gilmore back after the backstroke. So Abby under 5:20, she does. 5:19. Nice swim there from Abigail Crawford. Who gets second? It is Kirsty Gilmore. Very good back and free. She comes back on the freestyle there. 4 seconds or 3.5 seconds quicker on that last 50 to Perry Scobie. 5:25.88 for Kirsty, just over her entry. Just about 0.8 ahead of Perry Scobie, who finishes in third.
I think that time from Abby, 5:19.69, will get her a second swim. So congratulations to her. More sprints to come, 53.
Back down the other end.
Blink and you'll miss it.
So I just need a little time for the starters to wander down to the other end, test the system. And we've got 4 swimmers in this one. Sam Downey, East Lothian, Adam Thompson from South Ayrshire, Ollie Carter, Stirling University, and Felipe, missed his surname,
Rodriguez,
the Brazilian.
Yeah, late entry para sensation, Felipe. So great to see him having a go here. I was talking to him yesterday. He said, oh no, I'm not going to swim this weekend. Here he is.
He's based in Wales, I think, at the moment, but he's Brazilian. And I think you'd be expecting him to win this one.
Oh, we'll find out shortly.
Yeah.
S10 para swimmer, has been around for a good while. And he will be going there in lane 6 once we get those test starts out the way.
So that's the whistle.
34, Mr. Rodriguez. 25.25 entry time is the fastest. Sam Downey, Ollie Carter, also para swimmers S8 and S10 respectively. Adam Thompson is the able-bodied swimmer in lane 4. But look at Felipe go. So he is making his swim really worthwhile. Absolutely storming down the pool here. What's his time going to be? He is bullet-like, 24.55. Wow. Entered 25.25, so smashes that. Adam Thompson taking second, Ollie Carter third.
So when he told us yesterday he really wasn't doing much training, I think he was fibbing.
Or he's on a prolonged taper.
Maybe that's what it, we give him the benefit of the doubt, and he's been tapering for the last 6 months. So perfect taper for him then. That's worked very well. Well done, Felipe.
Yeah, that was fun.
That was very good. So that would, well, if he'd been swimming where his time got him, he would be pretty much in the last heat of this afternoon session. But in the second heat, Ismail Shalabi, East Lothian in 2, Declan Kay in 3, Robbie Boyd in 4, Tom Liversedge in 5, Joseph Edgar in 6, and Alex Taylor in 7. Ooh, good start in 4. That's Robbie Boyd. That was an excellent dive from him, and he's got a nice early lead. Will the others come back at him? It looks like they are a wee bit. Alex Taylor in 7. Robbie still maintaining that lead, but Torrin Liversedge, Joseph Edgar and Alex Taylor are coming back. I think Robbie's going to hang on though. Entry time 25.8. He gets nicely just under that, 25.75, so made the most of that good start there, Robbie. Torrin Liversedge second, Ismail Shalabi in third.
Yeah, good contrast with the previous heat, isn't there? A really tight one there, and it was all on the start from Robbie, really, wasn't it?
Yep. Hang on in there.
Heat 3, you can see the swimmers ready to go. Liam Kolzinski of Montefieth, Callum MacArthur of Mulgai and Besden, Callum Stewart of Highland, Alex Black of First, Conor Christophorus of Aberdeen Dolphin, Cameron Gill of First, Marcus Blake of City of Glasgow, and Rory Stobie of Warrender. Another all-Scottish field, 25.4 to 25.7 the times here. So let's see how they go out of the dive. It's all pretty even. Pushing on in lane 4 is Alex Black. Up at the top of your screen, Rory Stobie going well. Are we going to see back-to-back Warrender wins? Looks like it might be between these two, or a late push from Conor Christophorus in lane 5. But I think it's going to be lane 4 taking the win. Alex Black gets the win, 25-40. So a good strong swim from him. Just 100th inside his entry time. We talked about what's 100th. If it's a PB, well, we'll take it. Callum MacArthur second.
Heat 4, Finlay Nelson in 1, Lachlan Small in 2, Benji Jeffries in 3, William Gowler in 4, Ian Hangard in 5, Logan Mulhall Reid is in lane 6, Mano Drysdale in 7, Connor Mitchell in 8. So pretty sure Logan Mulhall Reid pulled out of an event earlier, so maybe focusing on this one, and you can see from the start that he maybe has been, because a bit like the previous heat with Robbie Boyd, he has absolutely nailed that start and is streaking ahead. So giving up that previous swim is paying off at the moment for Logan. As he comes into the wall, he streets ahead of everyone, 24-26. Wow, that's over a second quicker than his entry time. Not sure whether that will worry the junior finalists at the moment. We'll work that one through, but that was a super swim there from Logan. As we move into heat 5. And in this one, Elias Elmedib, lane 1, Sam Livingston 2, Liam O'Connor in 3, Edward Bell in 4, Oliver Saunders in 5, Siddharth Gullen in 6, John Wood, 38 from Bristol, Callum Sinclair in lane 8. So let's see if anyone can, and it is John Wood, I think we can call him a veteran, also going well in 1, Elias Elmedib, who's been swimming well, so not surprised to see him in the mix in 5. Oliver Saunders, University of Bath, is looking strong, and it's between him and John, I think, and it's going to be Oliver. He takes it 24-75, John Wood 24-87, and Sam Livingston from Morpeth just edging third, 25-19. So good swimming.
So the line-up for Heat 6, Albert Pangan, University of Stirling, Archie Smith, Aberdeen Dolphin, Elliot Arneil of Borough Stockton, Philippos Yakovides of Nicosia, Logan van der Molen of Stirling, Carrick Thompson of Isle of Man, Nicholas Land of Newcastle, and Ryan Ferguson from Edinburgh University. 24-7 to 24-9.
So no 1, 4 and 6 here. So slightly depleted.
Quite a bit depleted.
And 8. Oh, right, so we've only got 4.
Yep, so lane 5.
It's Logan van der Meulen again. He is on fire this weekend. He's had an absolute cracking meet. And he's done everything from 400s down to this 50 here, 50 free. 24.82 entry. Let's see if he can get under that. Oof, 24.3. So just slightly down on the time of Logan Mulhall Reid, but that's a super swim for Logan van der Meulen. Second, Elliot Arnell, Archie Smith third.
You asked whether those were in range of junior final times, and I think the answer is yes, they are.
Excellent. So a few more juniors to come though. So, and they're all, some of them anyway, in the faster times than that.
Yep, so it looks like we do have a full field for this one. You've got to check now. So Felix Rosenfist of Simklubben, Marius Kringelis of Edinburgh University, David Smith, Glenrothes, Lewis Maxwell of Dermot Side, Lucas Dalal of Villefranche, Ben Kelly of Warrender, Carlos Halabi of Hovestatens, and Jensen Norris of Perth. In the centre lane, lane 4, is Lewis Maxwell. Up at the top of your screen, Carlos Halabi and Jensen Norris both going well. Others in the close. Lucas Dalal in lane 5, but it's lane 4 gets the touch. Lewis Maxwell 24-22. The 21-year-old from Dermot Side. That's nicely inside his entry time of 24.59. Lucas Dalal in second, 24.46. It's all happening thick and fast here.
Got lots of gaps here. So lane 1, Callum Peebles. We've got then lane 4, Ben Carr from Edinburgh Uni. Lane 5, Jay Vries from Netherlands. Magnus Morris, ran 96 and 6. Greer van der Meulen in 7. Brandon Biss in 8. In fact, we don't have a lane 5, so no Jay Vries. But we do have Ben Carr in 4. New Zealander from Edinburgh Uni. Going well also there. 6, 7 and 8. Magnus Morris, Greer van der Meulen. And Brandon Biss, maybe 6 it is. Magnus Morris, and the Ren 96 swimmer. Oh, he's really stormed this one, and he's going to take this. Oh, 23.94. That is a super swim for Magnus. Half a second up on his best before today, and I'm pretty sure that'll get him in his junior final.
Yep, I think you can bet your house on that one. Well, there's just a bit of a delay getting the result, confirmed result up though, so we'll just wait and see.
It's a super swim if that's still ratified.
So Callum Peebles with those 2 empty lanes on his right, is that an advantage or a disadvantage, you think, in a sprint? You've got no waves, but then you don't really get any waves with the quality of the lane ropes here.
I think on a 50 you'd quite like having people around you, because it just gives you a sense of a bit of a race.
Yeah,
having a bit of a distance, I would have thought, is
just a bit isolating.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there is a pause here. They've cleared the pool with 1 more heat to go. They wouldn't normally do that.
So just checking a few times, I think, manual times.
Looks like it.
I've said before, but there's a belt and braces when it comes to times. We've got the pads, we've got the button that links to the pads, we've got a timekeeper at the end of the lane with a stopwatch, and we have a chief timekeeper with another 2 stopwatches. So if something does go wrong, plenty of backup on backup.
So you can see the swimmers for the final heat lined up there. I think we've got an empty lane in lane 4. Kieran Lennox hasn't been here for the last few races he was down to do. So line up: Nathan Holmes, University of Bath; Zach Slater of East Lothian; Lucas Brown of Stirling University; Danny Morgan, National Centre Dublin. There is confirmation of that result, so 23.94 is confirmed for Magnus. Callum Peebles didn't do him any harm in the outside lane there, 24.37 inside his entry time in second. So there's your lineup. As I said, I think I got as far as Danny Morgan. Finlay Sang in 6 for City of Glasgow. Gene Smith, Swim Ireland in 7, and Louis Lawler, the S14 para swimmer for City of Glasgow in lane 8. 24.0 to 24.3 the times here. So that 23.9 from Magnus Morris, the fastest we've seen so far. See if anyone can match that. Lanes 5 and 6 pushing on. Danny Morgan in 5. Finlay Sang in 6. Maybe Finlay just has the edge. Louis Lawler's going pretty well in lane 8, but I think it's Finlay Sang, his City of Glasgow teammate. Or is it lane 3? Whoa, Lucas Brown. He gets in under the 24 as well, 23.97. Came in very strong at the end there. Lucas entered 24.14, so a nice couple of tenths inside that. Finlay Sang just touched out, and Zach Slater taking 3rd.
Nice fast swimming there. And that takes us into a couple of 50 breaststroke, female 50 breaststrokes. You've got the lineup there for the first of those heats. Is Ailey MacArthur-Mulgai in Bearsden in 2, Greta Samaska, Harder Midlothian in 3, Ellie Armstrong from East Lothian in 4, Lexi Lamont, Aberdeen in 5, and Evie Mackey back in the pool after a super 100 fly earlier, trying her hand at breaststroke. So it's not a normal combination, I don't think.
Fly and breaststroke?
Is it not?
Well,
you
I think
can tell me it is, are you? Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe that's just my experience.
Yeah. But I think at that age, and the youngsters, they feel they can do anything. Yeah.
And when it comes to Evie, she's not far wrong, really. That
No.
was a super 100 fly earlier on. She is West District champion on this breaststroke and a junior national team member. So let's see how she gets on here. And good start. Well, by quite a few of them actually. Maybe lane 6. Fun enough, Evie Mackey. Going with her in 5 is Lexi Lamont. Did a 35 point recently. North Districts. Still going to be Evie who's making all the running. And I think she is going to take it. Her entry was a 36.32. I think she's going to go a wee bit faster than that this afternoon. Oh, a nice slow-mo there. Oop. 35.62, so exactly a second up for her. So that's a super swim. So clearly freestyle flyers can do breaststroke, so that's good. Lexi Lamont gets in second with Greta Samaska in third.
Every day's a school day, Tony.
Every day is a school day.
So second heat, there's the lineup. Just having a look, looks like they're all there. Grace Noonan, Mulgowan Besden, then 2 from University of Aberdeen, Amelia Mardell and Jessica Kirkwood, Bronwyn Payne from the Borders, Leah Bullock of East Kilbride, Eddie McNair from Mulgowan Besden, Lauren Anderson of West Lothian, and Iona Casapidis from Carnegie.
Any hint of junior finals in this one?
I think it's going to be a tough one, this one. You have to get into the 34s, I think.
Right.
Going well up at the top, Iona Casapidis of Carnegie, 17-year-old. And it looks like she has got the advantage. There's a line of swimmers beside her, and they maybe are slightly coming back at her, but I think Iona will hold on to take the win. 35.85 for her. So Iona entered 35.87, so just nudges under that. Bronwyn Payne in second, Amelia Mardell in third.
So another shift of gear from our 50s up to the Male and Open 800. Only 2 heats in total at the meet. There'll be 1 heat now, and there'll be the fastest heat in the final session this evening. That starts at 5:30, that session, so do join us back for that if you want to see some, as we said at the beginning of this stream, genuine world-class swimming in these final sessions this afternoon, or this evening I should say. But in this heat, Male and Open 800 free, we have a full field, and just waiting for the starters to shuffle back up this side of the pool. I'll no doubt do a wee test just to make sure systems are all go. And entry times here 8:52. Ewan Jones out to Connor Aspinall, youngster from East Lothian, in a 9:08. So under 20 seconds between them, and fairly spread out in between.
We saw a very nice 1500 from Panos Angelakis yesterday, so worth keeping an eye on him. Gregor Skinner, I think, has also been swimming well. Ben Thorpe as well. So, this will be an interesting one, I think.
And, Connor Aspinall, very promising youngster from East Lothian, always worth watching out. He did win both of these events for his age at the Scottish age group meets and nationals and Scottish summer meets. So
yes, he's had a serious injury that took him out the whole of the short course season, and he's really just on his way back at the moment. So probably don't expect too much from him at this stage. I think focusing on national age groups next month, as trying to peak back to his top form for that.
Yeah, be a good gauge. So that's them off. 16 lengths of the pool, and off to a very strong start is Newcastle's Ben Thorpe. Very early stage, clearly, and some of these swimmers will all have a plan, and those plans, more than likely, for 8 swimmers will be quite slightly different. Some will be heading out, getting a good pace and holding on. There'll be others who'll be potentially looking to more steady pace it. Some of them might even be thinking about negative splitting as well. So that will emerge as the remaining 15.5 lengths come through. But Ben Thorpe has definitely decided to stretch his arms and legs and get out and get his nose in front as he comes in just over the minute. 1:00.61. We'll take 200 or 300 for some sort of sense of pace to emerge from this race. And you mentioned Panos Angelakis from East Lothian in his 1500, and you're right, he's looking very smooth on this one as well. And there's 4 of them, so we've got Ben Thorpe in 5, Oscar Turnside Gary in 6, Panos in 2, and at the moment anyway, Conor Aspinall out there in 8. He and his teammate Panos are only a tenth or so between them. And we'll see how they keep that pace going.
Yep, Ben Thorpe starting very nicely here.
Long rangy stroke.
18-year-old. We'll see whether he can just maintain a nice steady pace here.
Quite a high action kick there, which is a little bit unusual in a longer distance swim. Often the feet are trailing behind as a bit of a balance, but not for Ben. He's got his legs working for him.
Yeah, you quite often see that with younger swimmers, don't you, in the distance events, and then they tend to ease back, and probably you're seeing probably a more typical one from Oscar Churnside in the yellow cap.
Yeah.
But yes, you're right, Ben is working those legs hard.
Does give the impression of really going for it.
I think it's more than just giving the impression. He is just going for it. And why not? 33.2 is quite a bit faster split there than the others. So this is a tidy lead.
It is.
As he comes up towards 300. Conor Aspinall up at the top in 3rd place. Panos dropping back in lane 2. So, well, Ben has laid down the gauntlet. 3:13.51. So that is looking now increasingly like he has set out his stall and he's not going to be denied. That lead just growing and growing with every length now.
Oscar trying hard to stick with him. He wants to stay there for the next couple of hundred, and if there's any chink in Ben's pace, Oscar will want to pounce, but at the moment it's not looking like that opportunity is going to come his way. Slightly slower 50 there for Ben, and he and Oscar are almost matched there on that last 50, so bit of equilibrium on that one, and let's just see whether that is the switching point for Oscar to start pacing slightly faster, or whether that was just a one-off convergence of their 50s. But, Ben still kicking away at the halfway mark. 34.16. Let's see where Oscar's at. It's still faster. He's pulled away a wee bit there again, Ben. So at the halfway mark, 4:21.
Yeah, he was slightly slower in that 100, 108 compared with the 107 in the previous one, and he was a 106 in his second 100. So the pace is dropping slightly. We're on sort of low 850s sort of pace. So Ben entered 8:58. He's still, if he can hold this pace, can get inside his entry time. 34.0. That's, I think, pretty much where he's been. 34.8, so another 0.8 added to the lead. Conor Aspinall on his own in 3rd place, so he's having a good steady race out in lane 8.
Getting back to form. It's been a brave swim this from Ben, really.
I mean, he's obviously done this a good number of times. He knows how to swim the 800 and the way that works for him. So to expect him to stay strong in the remainder of this race. So another 68 for his 5th 100. So he's steady at that pace now. Still on target to nudge under his entry time. And this lead now about 10 meters. So he goes through 5:50, 34 and a half there. So that's slightly slower. He has been, but Oscar into the 35. So I don't think there's any chance now that Ben is going to be anything other than a winner of this heat.
Yeah, looks like it's interesting to get his pace. He, well, it's 1500. He was just like 20 seconds slower than his entry time on that. So this is a nice reverse for him on this 800. Looking strong. Still in the 34s. So he's still looking for getting under that 858, I think. Or is he just about?
Just there or thereabouts. I mean, it's interesting whether he can muster a sprint with, as we talked about, his legs and going hard the whole way through. So does that make it harder to put in a strong sprint finish?
We're going to find out in about 100. So after this turn, his next one, you'll hear the bell. That's still keeping in those 34s, so he's still the fastest in the pool, I think. And hard to see on the screen, but in the pool, it's still Connor Aspinall, still in ahead of his teammate, just behind his teammate Panos. There we go, that's the bell. 100 to go for Ben. Can he muster up a bit of a... Well, those legs are kicking even harder now.
So he did pick up the pace a bit in that penultimate 100, back into the 68. So I think we are looking at an improvement on his entry time here. His entry time 8:50, 8:80. I think we might be sub 8:55 here. That lead is a bit more than it was, now about 12, 13 meters. And so 8:22 with 50 to go. You should do the maths. If he's level pacing, he's 8:56, but I think he will be faster down this last length.
Oh, he's working hard.
Can he get those arms over faster? Can he find even more from the legs? Really working those arms now. As he comes into the final 5, clock just coming up to 8:55, so he's just going to be slightly over at 8:55.61. So
nicely done.
Very nicely done indeed. So remember, 8:50, 8:80 is entry time, so 3 seconds knocked off that. Oscar Churnside, 9:02 for him. He was pretty close to his entry time as well. Panos Angelakis moving up into third, 9:07 from Jamie Gilchrist. I think Connor Aspinall probably feeling the effects of that, sort of getting back into full fitness, because he was strong in the first, well, probably 500 or 600, and then just found it tough at the end. So, nice fun 800 freestyle, and we finish off the afternoon session with female 200 freestyle. There will be 7 heats of this, so lots to look forward to. Three go in the first of them. Georgia Sheffield, the S14 paraswimmer from Manchester Performance Centre, in 3. Lexi Lamont of Aberdeen in 4. Madison Cool of Bucky in lane 5. So 2 from the north of Scotland against the one from the northwest of England.
Not a lot between them on paper. 0.4. See how that pans out.
Georgia Sheffield did her time very recently up in Aberdeen, so in Lexi Lamont's home turf, where she was 4th in the Para World Series event. We saw a lot of the best para swimmers in the world gathering in Aberdeen. But it is Madison Cool, the Bucky 16-year-old, who has the early advantage, Youth Academy member. She also did her time in Aberdeen in the Scottish Summer Meet last year. 2:16.13. And she's got a tidy lead here from Lexi Lamont, going through 1:05.49. 34.5 split there.
Keep that up, she'll be close to that entry time.
Lexi trying to hang on to her toes. She's a year younger than Madison. Maybe catching a little bit, I think.
Yeah.
Be interesting to see the comparative 50 splits on this one. 35.7 for Madison, 35.8. No, pretty much the same. So my eyes were deceiving me. That thought that she was catching.
So just if they can just pick up the pace a little, as you often do on the last length of these 200 freestyles, they'll be pretty close to their entry times, both of them. And they've coming to 15 meters to go, and they're both pushing hard. 2:16.10 and 2:16.13 was their entries. Are they going to get there? Well, Maddie Cool, 3/100 improvement on her entry time. And Lexi just slightly over, and with Georgia Sheffield coming in 2:21. Tidy swim there from Maddie.
So the line up for heat number 2 up on the screen for you. They're all there. Gabby Freeman of Morpeth, Katie Otterson of Newcastle, Gemma Brown of Carnegie, Katie Nolan of East Lothian, 2 more under swimmers, Alice Perry and Alex Coy. Perry Scobby back pretty quickly from Stirling, and Molly Irvin Watson from Dumfries. 2:14 to 2:15.
Quite a lot of these swimmers have done either an 800 free and or 50 backs and or 400 IM,
yep.
So it's quite a heavy program in a pretty short period of time. This afternoon's program really only a couple of hours long.
They're young, they can do it.
Yeah, I'm sure. And at the moment, the one who's doing it at the best pace is Kate Nolan, East Lothian swimmer. Second in East Districts in this pool. Also second in the summer meet last year and just missed a medal at Snags. So she's gone out well. Out there in lane 7, it's back as Perry Scobie. And she's looking good. Not too far behind. There's Katie Otterson. She was one of the 800 swimmers, wasn't she?
So
no, she wasn't.
Coming up to halfway, it's still Kate Nolan, but not by much. 104.71 up by 3/10. You see Perry Scobie pacing slightly faster than her, so is Katie Otterson. So they are all bearing down, particularly now Katie Otterson is looking really good in lane 2. Newcastle swimmer, another one who improved on her entry time at the Northumberland Durham County Championships. Entered here 2:14.9, did a 2:11.0 down there.
She's looking strong in the second half, isn't she?
Yeah, she is. 1:39.25, that's a 34.1.
So a second quicker than anyone else.
So can she match that 2:11? It'll be close to it, maybe not quite there. Kate Nolan having a battle with Perry Scobie for second now. Maybe Perry just edging that. But Kate Otterson, I think, is secure with the lead. Although Perry Scobie is finishing well, but it will be Katie Otterson, 2:12.84. So pretty much splits the difference between the time she's entered on and the time she did at the Northumberland Durham counties. A nice swim from her. Perry Scobie in second, 2:13.75, so that's nearly a second and a half improvement for her. Heat number 3 Alice Ward for Borough of Stockton, Lily Mundell of Hearts, Maria Howe for University of Aberdeen, Heidi Wren, City of Glasgow, Safrina Machin, also City of Glasgow, Caitlin Frame of First, Molly Weir of West Lothian, and Amber Hinton from Dumfries. 2:13s, 2:14s, the entry times here.
So 2 14-year-olds in this one. Lily Mundell and Amber Hinton, both very exciting prospects.
Yeah, in different ways, isn't it?
Yeah,
Probably the
Amber's
sprinter
long
and
distance
the
down,
long distance
and
one.
so
Yep.
this is where they meet. And not surprisingly, it's the sprinter, Lily Mundell, who's got the upper hand on Amber at the moment. But let's just see as the race evolves whether that goes with their primary favourite races. It's definitely Lily getting the better of them, but at the moment in the race it's Heidi Wren, City of Glasgow swimmer, and next to her it's Safrina Machin. No, it's not. It's Maria Howe, University of Aberdeen Performance. But it's those two with Lily not too far behind, and in lane 6 Caitlin Frame from first. So 103.4 for Maria, just half a second up on Heidi. And Lily not too far behind in third. Let's see. She's sticking with him, is Lily.
Yes, a good contest here.
Amber coming back strong as well out there in 8, so she's probably the best of the rest.
And Maria Howe has Lily Mundell breathing down her neck now.
She is a good finisher, Lily, so I wouldn't be surprised if she blasts this last 50 straight off the wall. There she goes. She's almost resorted to her sprint stroke now, and there she's off. Amber Hinton, as you can see in the far distance, is coming back as well, but I think Lily's got this one. Entry time was a 2:14.3. Where are we for junior? Well, junior finals will presumably be quite a bit faster. That's a great swim from Lily, and she comes in 2:11.31. That's a big improvement. 3 seconds. Amber was second, so the two 14-year-olds came first and second. No, she wasn't. Oh, she was. Joint second. Maria Howe, Amber Hinton, 2:13.2. So strong swim from Lily there. She's made a couple of junior finals in their favoured 50s, but that was a really strong 200 from her. As we move on to heat 4, Stella McCarty, lane 1, City of Glasgow. Erin Jones, Newcastle in lane 2. 3, Ella Pullman, Glenrothes, Poppy Maskell. Para S14 swimmer, Manchester Performance in 4, Louise Connell, City of Glasgow in 5, Ava Jones from Ireland in 6, Jessica Thomas, Borough of Stockton in 7, and Amelia Martell, University of Aberdeen Performance in lane 8.
So answering your question, I think puts Lily in the frame at the moment, but there's still lots of juniors to come.
Yeah.
So I don't think we can call anything yet as to who's going to make junior finals. Very close at the 50 there. Ava Jones just getting the touch, but you can see there 30.18 down to 30.37 in 5th. So just 2/10 between the top 5. Ava Jones just had the edge in lane 6, and well, she's certainly up there. Although pushing on now is Amelia Mardell up at the top of your screen, and beside her Jessica Thomas. So plenty of contenders here, with a lot of action going on up at the top of your screen. And I think it will be Amelia just turning first. 1:03.66, not quite as fast as the previous heat. Amelia, 19-year-old in her first year up in Aberdeen. Did a 2:12 at North Districts, about a quarter of a second or so faster than her entry time here. But coming out of that turn, it's the para swimmer Poppy Maskell, third up in Aberdeen at the Para World Series. Just missed the medal in the Commonwealth Games in Birmingham. But she now has the lead by 700s, 1:37.92. So this is a nice swim from Poppy. Again, of course, the trials for the Paralympics are combined with the trials for the Olympics next month in London. So Poppy will be preparing herself for that. And this looks like very good preparation because she is really strong down this last 50. Absolutely hammering it down and takes it in 2:10.48. I think she's going to be very pleased with that. Over a second and a half inside her entry time. Amelia Mardell 2:12.31. So that was faster than she did it in North District. So she'll be happy as well, I think. And Ava Jones in third, 2:13.61. But Poppy Maskell.
Super swim.
Yep, very good second half.
Yeah. So I think this is the first time the Para and Olympic trials have been together in London. So it'll be a new experience for everyone. But it means it'll be a very, very exciting week's worth of swimming. Runs from the Tuesday through to the Saturday, I think. Missing swimmer in 2 here. So we have Lauren Dennett, Isle of Man in 1. Tegan Black back in the pool again in lane 3. East Lothian swimmer. Ashley Drake, Warren de Baths in 4. Emily Headley, Newcastle in 5. Layla Weatherspoon, Heart of Midlothian in lane 6. And in 7, Kiana Kurtzer from Warren de Baths. So and it's Layla and Kiana, 2 16-year-olds out there in 7 and 8. Also Tegan Black and Lauren Dennett. So everyone swimming in this race is junior, so they'll be eyeing up those junior spots. Maybe Kiana Kurtzer just edging ahead on this first 100 of this 200 freestyle. And,
yeah, Kiana Kurtzer has had a good first 100 here, and she's up by, well, in fact, she's not up at all. Let's rewind here. Kiana Kurtzer has had a good first 100, but just turning second behind Tegan Black's 1:03.54. Tegan's had a good weekend. She had some really solid swims. Very impressive in the 800 this morning. I think she's fastest swimmer in that 800 going before the fastest 8 go tonight.
but Ashley Drake has just emerged behind Lauren, so she's now taken over from second, with Kiana only 200s behind, equal with Tegan Black. So this is very, very close.
700 between the top 4 at that turn. So it's all about final sprint speed now.
Kiana maybe? Or is it Lauren Dennett in lane 1? Oh, it's really close, isn't it?
Whoever you call, it'll be somebody else. Let's see.
It's going to be Tegan,
Kiana.
Lauren or Kiana. There you go.
Yep, and it's Kiana. No, it's not. Oh, can't get it right for trying. 2:10.20, Lauren Dennett. Well done, Lauren. Proved us all wrong. We should never have doubted you. The Isle of Man swimmer. Another nice swim. Second and a half inside her entry time for the 15-year-old, and that will certainly be in the mix for another swim, but still got more swimmers to come though. So let's wait and see. There's your lineup for the next heat, heat number 6. One more after this. Rosie Forster of Warrender, Georgia Dickey of Dumfries, Mia McLeod of Swimmet, Amy Shields, Edinburgh University, Florence Tinsley of Stirling University, Orla McInnes of Hearts, Katie Noble of Newcastle, and Louise Fiddis, para swimmer from Hatfield. Louise S14 swimmer. Well, we saw that superb Poppy Maskell S14 swim. 2:10.48. And Louise will have noted that, I'm sure.
Yeah, she'll want to respond, you'd think.
So again, pretty tight there, just 3/10 between the top 5 swimmers, headed by Rosie Forster, 30.32. Similar sort of pace to the previous 3 heats actually. So they're all very well matched in these heats at the moment. Had good swims over on the far side, Katie Noble and Louise Fiddis. Louise has a fantastic para pedigree. Bronze medalist in the World Para Championships, bronze in the Commonwealth Games, just missed a medal in Tokyo in the Paralympics. And it's Florence Tinsley now who's taking it on. And they are picking the pace up. They are now faster than the previous heats by half a second or so. Rosie Forster continuing to go well down at the bottom of your screen. And Amy Shields is in the mix, along with Katie Noble and Louise Fiddis up at the top.
So it's really still 5 people in this one.
Let's see if we can call this one right, Tony.
Well, at this stage, you'd think Florence is looking reasonably strong favourite. However, it's very close across the other 3 swimmers. You'd think Florence has got enough of a lead to hold on. Rosie's coming back strong, and also lane 7, Katie Noble, the Newcastle swimmer. I think Florence has got it.
Yep, I think we're on fairly safe ground here.
Who's going to get second? That's the big call. Is it Rosie or is it Katie? It's going to be Rosie. 2:08 and 2:09, so 2:08.57 for Florence Tinsley. Rosie 2:09.97, so they're both improvements on their entry times. Katie Noble 2:10.99, just outside. Louise Fiddis 2:11. It's a good swim there, only just over a second over her entry, so not quite as fast as Poppy Maskell earlier, but pretty close there for Louise Fiddis.
So Rosie Forster, I think, possibly has put herself in the frame for another swim, but one more heat to go. 7 swimmers in it. And they are Isabel Wood at Edinburgh University in lane 2, Zara Kravis of East Lothian in 3, Danielle Farrell, National Centre Limerick in 4, Ella Smith of Borough of Stockton in 5, Phoebe Arbuckle of Warrender in 6, Libby Freeman of Morpeth in 7, and Falca Tind of Hovis in lane 8. All coming up to the wall together. Lane 7 perhaps. Libby Freeman first to it, 29.41, and this is a pick-up in pace.
Yeah. I think there's a good 3 or 4 of these swimmers have the chance to get themselves into that junior final. Libby Freeman's had an excellent set of swims. It's part of that swim off earlier on today. Got herself in the B final of the 50 back, and she's looking to get a second swim on this 200 free. Phoebe Arbuckle. I'm pretty sure we'll be doing the 800 at the beginning of this evening's session, and she's in the lead at the halfway. 101.63. That is a big step up. 63s before, so 2 seconds up on the previous heats. Phoebe and Libby, with Falca Tind not that far behind as well, so this is looking good. Also in lane 2, Isabel Wood, but Phoebe maybe is edging a little bit ahead of the rest of the pack. As she comes into the turn, she's got half a body length. Falca Tind is the one that's moving fastest in the pool at the moment, and you can see there from that turn, she has the momentum. It's all 3 of them could win this one. As they get to the halfway, it's Falca, I think, who's got the momentum and has just edged ahead. Can Phoebe hold on for second, or is Libby going to touch her out? But I think we can. These are faster than we've seen any swim this afternoon. Is it going to be Falca? I think it is. Just going to edge Phoebe out of this one, and it is 2:06.96. 1.5 second improvement for her on her entry. Phoebe 2:07.13, so that is faster than she came into this meet. So a super finish there to the whole afternoon swimming, with Libby Freeman wrapping it up in a 2:08.15. I suspect Falca and Phoebe, and maybe even Libby, have got themselves into an extra swim this evening, but we'll check that one out.
Yeah, I think you're right on all 3 of them. So that's us done for the afternoon session. We have now a reasonable break until we are back. Swimming will start at 5:30. We will come on air at 5:25. We hope that you will join us then, but from myself, Duncan McKinnell, and from my co-commentator, Tony Rose, we'll wish you a very good afternoon from the Royal Commonwealth Pool.
Good afternoon all.